Is there any difference between Sagun and Nirgun? God having a form and God who is formless. Bon, ça can pronounce your own version, no doubt. Let's see about this. Is God Nirgun or Sagun? Remember when there was no creation? When there was no creation, who was there? God was there. God wapeli Brahman, wapeli Purusha, whatever name you give, right? So there was only God. And there was nothing else, right? But when there was God or Brahman, right? God was in the formless state. Il partit informally. Si jamais vous faites HSC, you will learn that in details, like in the Purusha Sukta, or in the Nasadya Sukta, that is in the Vedas, it has been said that before creation, there was utter darkness, the complete darkness. And God was here, of course. We say God has no beginning, has no end, right? So then there was nothing else. There was no time, there was no day and night, there was no present, future, past, there was no water, no fire, there was nothing. There was only God. But God was in the formless state. And then God desired to create. He desired to do creation, and he did creation. L'inferso, creation, whatever things he has created. But in the process, when he did creation, he gave himself forms. He gave himself forms. For example, Agni, fire. You have Vayu, the wind. You have Surya. You have Indra. And many others, right? So the point here is he gave himself forms. Okay? Qui fait lui-même forms, I explained that last time. He gave himself various forms parce qu'il y en a various duties. Like I told you last time, no, you are one person, but you are a student, you can be a husband, you can be a brother, no? We have various duties. So that's why we have God has various forms, right? Parce qu'il y en a various duties. Right? So the point here is, God was in the formless state, il partait dans la forme, après il donne les mêmes forms. Okay? So which one should we pray? The one who is formless, ou bien the one who has forms, who has a form? This is up to the person. Si je me raconte in the formless state, it's up to the person. He's going to pray the formless one. Ou bien another one will pray God with a form like Durga, Shiv, Agni, etc. Are they different right now? If I pray formless and I pray form, are they different? Normalement, nous disons all rivers end in the ocean. All rivers, that is all the water in the river, will definitely end in the ocean. Somehow, we put all the ocean at the end. Same thing for prayers. Whichever path we choose, formless ou bien God, we pray God having a form, the prayers are reaching the God, are reaching God. Okay, pareillement to rivers by the ocean. Good. So we pray the formless one or the form. It doesn't matter. But yes, there is a point which scholar usually they stress on that, they lay stress on that. You know, dans la vie tous les jours, nous prier God having a form. Get là, for example, Durga Puja has started, we are praying Durga, we'll be doing Ram Navami, etc. Fine. Then what? End of the year, October, there will be again the Durga Navami. We'll again pray the 9 forms of Durga. Next year, it will continue the same. The next year, it will be the same. Are we progressing? Might be we are progressing in terms of manners, qualities. Nous, quand nous God carême veut dire quoi? Nous peut improve ourselves. For example, if I have a bad quality in myself during the fasting, I try to get rid of that bad quality. Okay? But are we evolving from the lower state? Par exemple, c'est dans grade 1, grade 2, now you are in grade 11. You have been evolving, right? In the same way, we need to evolve in spirituality. Et comment nous capables d'expliquer un evolvement in spirituality? Il arrive à un niveau que la personne n'a pas besoin d'un object of worship. Object of worship veut dire quoi? Fait que m'a dit ou content prier Durga. Durga is your object of worship. OK? Ça veut dire à travers sa murti Durga là, vous pouvez prier lui. This is your object of worship. But in spirituality, we need to go beyond object of worship. Qui fait parce qu'il nous peut limiter nous dans une forme. Even Ram, when he came here, he had to leave his form. So forms are not eternal. They are not eternal. Je ne désenquête une photo Durga, obviously you have seen. Est-ce qu'il se trouve Durga pareil dans toute photo? Non. Pareil dans le sens, il peut avoir même complexion, est-ce qu'il peut avoir même ligier, est-ce qu'il peut avoir même sort of so nose? Non, it is not the same. Parce que sa picture là, it is a depiction. And the monde comprend Durga se néné comme ça, se ligier comme ça, donc il dessine d'une façon. But it's not really the Durga. Okay? So that's why we need to evolve. D'accord? But for a person, il a envie de prier formless God, ou bien God having a form, at least the person is praying, is doing good. You know? Par exemple, ma habitude dire dans place, assis en bas la boutique, at least il peut worship the Lord, right? Now, I come to my point now. Qui fait un peu raconter tout ça là, I come to my point that we do idol worship. You will go to temple now, today, you will pray Durga. This is idol worship. You have a murti in front of you. Ou bien, si nous prenons un murti, parfois nous mettons un coco, no? Which represents the goddess ou bien the god. So idol worship or murti puja, what you call that? Should we do it? Yes, fine, we should do it. But as I told you, we need to evolve. Nous sommes capables d'arriver à un moment dans la vie spiritualité que nous pas besoin de ça object of worship là. Nous sommes capables de connecter moi direct avec the formless one. Okay? But why do we worship idol? Ça, c'est une autre chose qui m'a besoin de connecter moi direct avec the formless one. This is another level. For now, we are worshipping the idols. Why? You have idols. Par idol, I mean murti. Il capable photo aussi. Okay? Il capable photo also. So, why do we pray? Mauvaise façon de poser la question. Qui fait cette prière Durga, qui fait cette prière Shiv, qui fait cette prière Ram. In the form of idol. In the form of idol. Now, comprendre affaire. This is our mind. I guess you will agree with this. Our mind is like the monkey. On appelle ça un monkey mind. A mind is never 100% stable. Comme on peut dire, our mind is not 100% stable, mais on peut que généralement for the common people, common men. But there are people who are rishis, sages, it fait meditation for days. Ça, c'est another case là. We are living in Kali Yuga. Il y en a 4 yugs. Yug, c'est the era ou bien time. Premier, c'est Satyug. Deuxième, Treta. Troisième, Dwapar. And the fourth one is Kali Yuga. We are living in Kali Yuga. Par ça, une des attentes, je me dis, quand une affaire méchant, mauvais arrivé, je dis gros Kali Yuga, non? Kali Yuga, c'est ça la descente. La descente de quoi? Of dharma, righteousness, goodness, good qualities, to diminuer là. And you should agree that when you see around us, you will notice we in a diminution de bad values, no? Good qualities. Nowadays, comment you get Facebook, you get an journal, a newspaper, ou d'un vol, accident, viol, or things like that. It's always repeating, no? Qui fait, this is the power of Kali Yuga. This is the power of Kali Yuga. Du monde de nos jours, je te sens comprendre. OK? You can include moi aussi là, when I'm telling you this. Il s'en comprend. I give you one example. Last time I went to Winners, someone li pélagué à cause il y en a plus qui disent l'article, il n'est pas capable parce que la caisse qu'il y en a moins qui disent l'article là. No, there's a system like that. So this is their policy, no? It is a company, Winners, it is their policy. So we have to abide by the policy. Okay, we need winners. Bizarre faire prendre une commission, etc. But the person was fighting parce qu'il n'est pas capable abide with the policy, with the situation. This is Kali Yuga. C'est un qui me dit du monde sans comprendre. Non? Sans comprendre veut dire we are not using our brain. God has given us a mind. Bon, pour ajouter quelque chose dedans. Humans have mind. Non. Qui fait nous un mind? Quand on dit mind, c'est quoi? C'est the power of distinguishing what is right or what is wrong. Ça même qui langage sanskrit, nous appelle ça vivek. Vivek means the power of discriminating between wrong and right. We have the mind. Are we using the mind? And gros question mark, no? The Vedas has said, dharmena hina pashu saman. If you can remember it, it's okay, good. If not, rappel so, English translation. Mulyali dharmena hina pashu samana. Ça veut dire devoid of, bien, without. Devoid veut dire quand nous peinons quelque chose. Without dharma, a man is an animal. Okay, this is from the Ved, from the scriptures. Dharmena hina pashu samana, devoid of dharma, ou bien without dharma, a man is an animal. What is the difference between a man and an animal? C'est ce qui nous est dans l'esprit. The vivek qui moi je peux dire c'est là. Humans have that. Man has that. Okay? Sinon, nous faisons tout pareil. C'est qu'un animal fait, nous faisons tout pareil. We eat, we drink, merrymaking, reproduction. Tous en fait, nous faisons pareil. We go to look for food. We work to have food. No? What is the difference between a man and an animal? It is the vivek, the mind the power of knowing what is right and wrong. But when we see the Kali Yuga today, what is happening? Parfois, on demande la question, est-ce qu'il y a mind? Okay. So my point was the monkey mind. We are in Kali Yuga. Okay. We are in Kali Yuga, and you will notice our mind is quite ou bien very restless. Let's say you started the tuitions today. Est-ce que vous laisse pretty 100% on the explanation? Might be not. Okay. At times when we are doing a puja, something, and puja, Durga Puja, for example, almost 3 temps, no? At times. So we get tired. You feel at times, quand les pour finir, pandit pelia trop beaucoup mantra. Also, we think things like that. Ça veut dire quoi? Nous mind restless. Donc, what happens? To stop the mind from being too restless, we worship the form. This is one big reason why do we worship forms. Parce que si nous get dans Satyug, Satyug c'est the first yug. Nous appelle ça aussi the Vedic age. There was no idol. Du monde pas peut prier idole. Parti existait idole. Okay. Parti na murti, parti na photos of God and all. But they were able to concentrate. Their mind was so pure. They had full 100% virtues, good qualities. Bon, ben, je pense que nous attendons avec peut-être un grand-parent que longtemps, il a dit, mon licard dans la case, il peut dans la fenêtre, il peut dans la porte, soit les amis, ils ferment la porte quand ils dorment. That was the time of Satyug, where there were virtues. Okay? As de nos jours, si vous dormez ou pas fermer la porte, you know what will happen. Right? So, having the restless mind, that is why we pray the form. That is why we pray Durga and all. Because when you see a murti in front of you, let's say because Durga memla. Let's say you're seeing Durga in front of you. You're going to adore the form of the murti of Durga. You will see, peut-être the first thing you will see the beautiful sari, the beautiful clothes, how beautifully she has been adorned in Metsubanti Tika, Sobanti, ce rouge à lèvres, whatever thing, ce chunri bien joli, you're focusing on that. Even if you see, let's say Ganesh, you will see the trunk of Ganesh, the large ears of Ganesh. Qui peut arriver à ce moment-là, your mind is focusing on those parts of the Lord, of the body of the Lord. So the mind is under control. Okay, that is why we pray. One reason, major reason why we pray idol. And you will notice that when there are idols, murtis, or maybe photos, que nous mettons ça dans la case, nous appelle ça un puja ghar usually, no? That place is usually kept clean. C'est une place que tous les temps pour make sure there is cleanliness there. No? So this is another way, another reason you can say people, they encourage idol worship. Ou bien une raison capable aussi que it is the tradition of the family, so you are also in it. No, you also pray because your family, your ancestors have been praying. So that's why you worship idol. Maintenant, when I tell you God having no form, l'esprit pas trop comprend ça peut-être, non? Parce qu'il est very abstract when we don't understand that. God having no form. Mais quand God l'a pas en forme means peut-être il pas existé pour un certain monde. Non? Il pas capable imagine a God having no form. So that is again a reason for someone to practice idol worship, to do idol worship. Okay? So understand this part well. Ou pas pour une question directement le idol worship, but à travers une question que vous gagnez sur God that we have done, you may use this knowledge of idol worship. Okay. I already sent you. Talema was it, Sana? I already sent you this. So remember that. Good. Now, today I wanted to discuss some questions, right? Let's discuss some questions. Next week, nous faire festivals. We'll be quick with festivals because this is quite easy, something that you know. Okay. Now, let's see questions of 10 marks. By the way, Mupange Divo Karsike, I guess. Huh? I guess only one sent me. So the gods are the same wherever you are. Gods, pan bonté, li pareil, wherever you are. N'importe quoi tu étais. Wherever you are, it can be in your own house, it can be in your country. Fait qu'on m'a dit, ou rester à Rouge, demain on a Cupip. Does it mean the God that you love is not in Cupip? And it can be geographically also. Let's say, we say, no, God, tous les temps, prend naissance dans l'Inde. God comes in India. Does it mean that if I move to America, God is not there? He is there. God is omnipresent. C'est ça the sentence here. The gods are same everywhere. Now, if we know Shiv is like having the Jata and all, because Shiv pena Jata. No, Shiv is the same. He is the same everywhere. Geographically, Good. So, to what extent do you agree with this? You should use evidence from your study of gods in Hinduism to support your argument. So, do you agree with this? Que God is the same or not? Si vous dites non, they would justify qui faire. But obviously, li pas non, parce que God is same everywhere, wherever we are. Let's see the marking scheme. Let's see the marking scheme qui li dit non. Number 1. Yeah. So what you can talk about, say, endpoint ki manjazo geographically. Okay, you can mention that geographically wherever you are, God is the same. So you choose your route, how you want to answer that. Now, God is not subject to change. God does not change. Nous nous changer. God is beyond time. God is beyond qualities. God does not change. He has he has no beginning, he has no end, so he doesn't change. He is above time. He is beyond time. Time li affecte nous. You were born a few years back. Today you are a youth. You will be an adult soon. You will grow old. Will die soon. No? Time affecte nous, but time does not affect God. And place as well. Je pensais si Shiv Vinda Maurice qui li pujay pegen so. In the Himalaya it is cold. In Mauritius it is hot. No, obviously not. Okay. So God doesn't change at all. So God is eternal. He is unchanging. And God cannot logically be subject to change, as we said. So candidates might disagree with the statement by suggesting that different gods are likely to be worshipped in different places. I give you one example. Last time I told you Kartikeya is famous in the south of India. Falcon in the north part of India, he's not quite famous. That can be a reason. Okay. But that doesn't mean that people in the north, person pas connu, of course, few know him. But he is more popular in the south, right? Now, at times when we celebrate festivals, Vgit Kumanunu celebrate Navratri. If you have seen how in Bengal they celebrate Navratri in Calcutta. If mazen jimin pias da Canada lili pe celebrate Navratri. Will that be the same? No. Might be in Canada pa puena and proper priest, ou bien puenali, but part-time priest, let's call it that way. In India, they do zwe avec couleur, the dance dandiya, no? All these things they do. In Mauritius also we do that, but not in all temples that we do. Mainly kotina Gujarati dans movies, banna zut faire dandiya, the dance, right? So in Canada, faire kumanze la pe faire free. No, I guess it is in European countries there it is quite cold. So will they be free to celebrate the festival as we do in Mauritius or as we do in India? No, it will be different. So the local custom can be different. The climate, as per the law of the country also. OK? Hier en Mauritius, ou comme si avec un gros cover, ou bien un grand bassin, on peut prendre de l'eau. But let's say if we are somewhere in American countries, how are we going to do that? And especially at that time, quand il Shivratri, fait frais. At times, in places there will be snow. Okay? So festivals relate to God, of course. And the worship of God, they might differ from place to place. It's not because God changes, c'est parce que nous changeons. Okay? So I leave this up to you. You add your own views again, what you want to write. Good? Next question I wish to discuss is this one. The Trimurti are the most important gods. Trimurti means Vedya, the Trinity, right? And the Trinity c'est ça, Brahma, Vishnu et Shiv. C'est ça qui nous appelle the Trinity. Est-ce que those are the most important God? You will say yes. Sorry. You will say yes. They are the most important God. Qui fait? Bon, you might disagree with that also. Hein? Why will you say that they are the most important God? One major reason will be Brahma creates. We need someone for creation, no? Vishnu preserves. We need someone to preserve. And we need someone to destroy. So they have that duty of creation, preservation, and destruction. This is what makes them the most important gods among the Hindu gods. Okay, they have that duty. Maintenant, est-ce qu'il nous capable de dire vraiment one particular god is more important than the other? This is something you need to think about. Est-ce qu'il est capable de dire Durga est plus important que Kartikeya? Peut-être, ou pas d'accord, parce qu'il est content Durga. If you love Durga, you will say, yes, Durga is more important than Kartikeya. Mais ça dit, moun qui prie Kartikeya, là, li peut dire Durga, Kartikeya is more important than Durga. Okay? Parce que we love a particular form of God. Right? For certain people, the Trimurti will be the most important God. But there are, Hinduism, polytheistic. Non? C'est ça le mot dans sa PowerPoint là. Polytheism. Polytheism, c'est where we worship many forms of God. We worship many forms of God. So, parce que Hinduism est polythéistique, que nous peut prier many forms of God. So obviously, each one yana its own importance. Durga Poinapuli, the Trinity yana its own importance. Et parmi sa Trinity là, est-ce qu'il nous capable among the Trinity, est-ce que vous pouvez capable dire entre ces trois-là, qui ça n'a plus important? Si vous dites moi, Brahma is most important. Mais est-ce que nous pas besoin de monde pour maintain quand on rentre dans la case, ou pas besoin de monde pour maintenir, pour faire cleaning, etc., pour peinturer quand besoin? No, we need that. Et nous besoin someone to destroy as well. But dans my stories, qui ça n'a ce nom, je tendais, je t'écoutais majorly. Vishnu and Shiv. Lesser for Brahma. I don't say we don't hear about Brahma, but lesser for him. Vishnu has taken many, many forms to protect, and Shiv destroys. Shiv has also taken forms. For example, Virbhadra. Okay, this is one form of Shiv. He destroyed. But majorly, Vishnu also has taken forms to preserve, right? So guys, again, I leave this up to you. Think well, properly. Ou capable écrire des voilà, comment on vit là, hein? Comment on vit veut dire, do you agree with it or you don't agree with it, ou bien écrire tous les deux côtés. That is up to you to write. Okay? So I will leave you today with these two questions. Pabi avema devo kartike qui me pas encore gagné, right? And then you do these two questions, okay? Bonne question 10 points là, fais une manière de travailler. Parce que it's not easy to get marks here. I know those bonne question 3 points, 5 points, je peux manage, of course, but 10 marks, we need practice for that. So do your work, okay? Next week, we will discuss another question again. Et là, nous commencer aussi sur festivals. OK? Nous faisons festival avant parce qu'il y a une fait faire Haman Gods là, non? We just did this Shiv, Durga, and all. Let's do festivals. Il y a un petit peu plus connected. Et là, quand festival finit, nous faisons Avatar. Festival will go fast parce que you know about it already. Good? So this will be all for today. I'll faire des voix. Mukone, you are in holidays, but still try, take out some time, okay? And you do your work.